Well, it's not the first time when riding this type of bike. We're riding a K1600. It was the GT, it was the GTL, it was the Bagger, and every time this engine seems amazing to me. Really, I think it's one of the best motorcycle engines ever built. Let's hear it. Woohoo! Oh, oh. Oh my God! And it's not just the engine; it's the whole dynamic package. I think it's the suspension, which is one of the best on the market. It's the braking system. It's the way it handles. It's a heavy bike, but despite its heavy weight, it's really nimble. You can have fun with it in the corner, and you can push it hard, and it will be awesome for you. Okay, oh, there she comes. Woohoo! When I left home this morning, I was thinking about some sunbeds, a fancy casino, a beach, a lot of sun, and the most important thing for me was to get my sunglasses. Instead, I got this shitty weather and this shitty place next to the seaside, probably the only place in the country where it's not sunny. At least we got the bike, this awesome golden BMW K1600 Grand America. This bike probably looks familiar to you, and that's not because you saw it somewhere in Las Vegas, because it was launched a couple of months ago. In fact, it looks familiar because it's derived from the K1600 Bagger. Actually, this one is a Bagger with a top case and a high windscreen and this Austin yellow color. Maybe the front end looks very familiar to you, but let's have a look. At the back, at the rear end, you have those two large exhausts. You have these two side cases with a streamliner shape and those two lights. Okay, but you can also find them on the Bagger version, and you have this top case. This one is only at Grand America. This is the riding position. It's pretty comfortable for me. I have 1.74 meters. What I find awkward is the foot pegs position. First, when I try to put the side stand, I hit this one, this foot peg, and after that, if trying to maneuver the bike at low speeds in the traffic, I also hit them. But this is a touring bike, so it's not, I don't know, it's not a scooter, it's not for commuting through the city. You also have these footboards if you want to have a more relaxed riding position, if you want to feel like riding on a typical American cruiser, but it's not the same because you can't switch the gears. You have to put your feet back on the foot peg and then back on the footboard. The foot forward riding position is not so natural, it's quite awkward, maybe because of the distance between you and the handlebar. You see, when riding a typical American cruiser bike, a Harley Davidson for example, or an Indian, you have the handlebar somewhere over here. It's a light back, let's say, riding position. But this handlebar is for the standard riding position. This is something optional, and after a couple of miles your back starts to hurt. Now the top speed, what do you think? 200 miles per hour? 150 miles per hour? No. BMW says that based on the principle of the American way of riding, whatever principle it is, the top speed is limited to 100 miles per hour, which is 162 kilometers per hour. And that's because they say over here, if you come with some fittings in the rear section, you can impact significantly on wheel load distribution. So in terms of riding dynamics, stability, it's not stable anymore. That's the idea. The thing is that I also tried the Bagger version, and that one is not limited to 100 miles per hour. It can go faster, and I felt it quite unstable on the highway. This one also feels a bit unstable below the top speed of 100 miles per hour. So I think it might be actually a problem with this bike's stability on the highway. I think that it's a pity with this masterpiece of engine, with these brakes, with this suspension, to have a bike that is limited to 100 miles per hour. This is a touring bike, so BMW came up with every comfort feature you can find on the market. For example, you have heated grips, heated seat, you have an adjustable windscreen, you have even a reverse, because this one is a very heavy bike. You have these wind deflectors over here. Up. When it's too hot outside, you can pull them and you can get the fresh air. You have cruise control, you have riding modes, 3 riding modes actually. You have everything you need, you have more than you need. You have an entertainment system, you have a GPS over there, you have the keyless ride, you have light in the top case. I don't know, I think it's enough for a bike. The passenger seat is very comfortable. You can also add some optionally armrests if you want, some footboards for the passenger, and of course it's got the heated seat option. This is a both powerful and torquey engine because it has 160 horsepower and 175 Newton meters of torque. So you can either ride it hard at 7000 RPM, for example, and it screams really loud, or you can stay low at 3000, 4000 RPM and it feels lovely. Unlike the American touring bikes, this one really knows how to brake. You have strong brakes over here, you have a good bite, you only need 2 fingers to stop this massive bike. You also have a combined ABS system that works very good. A lot of high-tech electronics, very comfortable, a masterpiece engine. This is a great bike. The only downside, that top speed instability issue. Otherwise, it would be perfect. Okay.